A devastating storm has officially landed on the diamond, and the hierarchy of Baseball Queens 2 has just been violently torn to pieces. For 2 seasons, viewers thought they had seen the absolute upper limits of what these female athletes could achieve. We celebrated 80 kilometers per hour accuracy. We cheered for 90 kilometers per hour grit. But during last night's explosive broadcast, the radar gun didn't just register a number, it triggered an absolute seismic event. A mysterious new force stepped onto the rubber, wound up with lethal, terrifying grace, and unleashed a blistering 110 kilometers per hour monster fastball that hissed through the air like a localized hurricane. The stadium went dead silent. Up at the plate, Song-ah, the team's fiercest anchor, known for her unshakable composure and ice-cold instincts, was caught on camera completely frozen, her eyes wide with unscripted terror. This wasn't just a pitch. It was a declaration of war, and a chilling question now hangs over the entire league. Who is this ultimate powerhouse, and can anyone survive the raw fury of the 110 kilometers per hour club? Introduction. The threshold of greatness just got demolished. When Baseball Queens 2 returned to television screens, the production crew promised that the stakes would be raised. Audiences expected tighter defense, smarter base running, and tactical growth. What no one, neither the fans, the commentators, nor the players themselves, could have anticipated was a quantum leap in raw athletic power. In amateur and celebrity hardball leagues, hitting a milestone of 90 kilometers per hour is considered an elite feat for female players. It requires optimal mechanics, immense shoulder-to-core synchronization, and years of physical conditioning. Breaking into the triple digits, 100 kilometers per hour, is an achievement reserved for national-level talents. But 110 kilometers per hour? That is an entirely different ecosystem. At that velocity, the baseball travels from the pitcher's release point to the catcher's mitt in a mere fraction of a second. It ceases to be a pitch you can react to, it becomes a missile you must predict. Last night, that exact nightmare manifested on the mound, and the reaction from the dugout was a collective gasp of pure, unfiltered shock. The moment of impact, Song-ah, faced with the unthinkable. To truly understand the gravity of this arrival, one must look at the batter who was chosen to face this trial by fire. Song-ah. Song-ah has earned her reputation as the emotional and tactical anchor of the team. She is the player coaches turn to when the bases are loaded and the pressure is suffocating. Her strike zone discipline is legendary within the show, and her ability to foul off tough pitches to wear down opposing hurls has been a primary weapon for her squad. She doesn't flinch. She doesn't back down. Until now. As the mysterious monster pitcher stepped onto the mound, the atmosphere in the stadium shifted from energetic to claustrophobic. The pitcher's silhouette alone signaled trouble, a textbook, athletic build built for explosive leverage. Song-ah tapped her bat against the plate, settled into her stance, and locked her eyes onto the pitcher's glove. The windup was violent, yet fluid. The pitcher's front leg kicked high, driving her momentum down the slope of the mound with terrifying force. Her arm whipped forward with a sound that could be heard from the upper decks, a sharp, violent crack of air friction. The ball was a white blur. By the time Song-ah's brain processed the release point, the baseball had already exploded into the catcher's glove with a deafening thwack. The stadium radar gun flashed the numbers in bright neon red, 110 kilometers per hour. Song-ah didn't even swing. Her bat remained resting on her shoulder. Her body was completely rigid, paralyzed by the sheer velocity of a ball that seemed to defy the laws of gravity. The television camera zoomed in on her face, capturing a rare, genuine expression of utter helplessness. It was the face of a seasoned warrior, realizing they have just brought a knife to a railgun fight. The anatomy of a 110 kilometers per hour fastball, why it changes everything. To the casual viewer, a jump from 95 kilometers per hour to 110 kilometers per hour might seem like a incremental mathematical upgrade. To sports analysts and professional coaches, however, it is a completely different dimension of difficulty. 1844 meters. Velocity, 95 kilometers per hour. Reaction time available, 0.70 seconds. Manageable. Velocity, 110 kilometers per hour. Reaction time available, 0.60 seconds. Extreme elite threshold. When a pitch reaches 110 kilometers per hour in a regulation diamond setting, the psychological toll on the batter doubles. The perceived velocity illusion. Because the mound distance remains fixed, a 110 kilometers per hour pitch feels significantly faster to an amateur batter than a 145 kilometers per hour pitch feels to a seasoned Major League Baseball pro who trains against it daily. The physics of fear. At this speed, if a batter makes a mistake and gets hit by the ball, the risk of serious injury skyrockets. This subconscious fear causes batters to step away from the plate, destroying their hitting mechanics and altering their stance. The microsecond decision. A batter has roughly 0.15 seconds to decide whether to swing or take the pitch. At 110 kilometers per hour, that decision window is effectively cut in half. Song-A's paralysis wasn't a failure of her skill. It was a natural human neurological response to an overwhelming physical stimulus. Who is the ultimate weapon? Speculation runs wild. The internet has erupted into a frenzy of speculation following the broadcast. The identity of this monster pitcher has been kept under strict lock and key by the production team, hidden behind a sleek uniform and an enigmatic aura. Rumors are flying across sports forums and social media networks. Is she a former national softball ace who has successfully transitioned her underhand mechanics into an overhand baseball powerhouse? Is she a hidden track and field javelin phenom recruited specifically to shatter the show's records? Or could she be an elite crossover athlete from a completely unrelated discipline, possessing rare, fast-twitch muscle fibers that allow for this level of violent arm speed? Whoever she is, her arrival has fundamentally broken the competitive balance of Baseball Queens 2. If she can pair this terrifying velocity with even a modicum of control and strike zone command, she will be utterly unhittable for 99% of the current roster. The ripple effect. How the dugout reacted. The camera cuts to the dugout during the premiere, provided some of the most raw, entertaining, and telling footage of the season. The coaching staff, comprised of former professional players, didn't celebrate immediately. Instead, they exchanged looks of profound disbelief. They looked at the radar gun, looked back at the mound, and began furiously taking notes. They recognized that they were no longer managing a variety show team. They were managing a squad that now possessed a legitimate, professional-grade secret weapon. Meanwhile, the rest of the players looked as though they had just seen a ghost. Huddled together near the dugout steps, their expressions mirrored Song-A's shock. The realization set in. We have to face this in practice. We have to defend behind this speed. The game has truly changed. Conclusion. The dawn of a dangerous new era. The premiere of Baseball Queens 2 has set a gold standard for sports entertainment. By introducing an element of genuine, elite athletic peril through the arrival of a 110 kilometers per hour powerhouse, the show has elevated itself far beyond its original premise. Song-A's terror-stricken face will undoubtedly become the defining image of this season, a symbol of the moment the show transitioned from a fun pastime to an elite arena of survival. The ultimate monster pitcher has arrived. The shockwave has been felt across the nation, and the diamond will never be the same again. The question is no longer whether the Queens can play baseball. The question is, can anyone survive the heat?